welcome back to my channel. It's Brittany from the Empurrium. There's Donut. Anyways, today we are making the Book Bestie. This is a pattern from Carolina Little Stitches, and this video is releasing as part of the Marathon Society Book Bestie Marathon. A lot of words. Anyways, I made the small size. I did the rounded flap with the elastic holder, closure, whatever you want to call it. This print is a digital file that I bought and supplemented from Haley Snyder Designs. It is so cute. This is an exclusive colorway, but I did buy another one and I will be selling vinyl and fabric with it very soon. I used waterproof cotton from More Me Know to line it, and I used my unicorn mane rainbow thread sewing string, if you will, from Wizardry. Of course, my Heart Wouldn't Hide cork label. So again, this is the small size, so like here's like a decent hardback size book, like your average book size. It perfectly fits in there. The pattern did have some different recommendations for interfacing depending on what materials you're using, and I kind of just did what I felt was right. For a book, I think I nailed it. So this is like a thin polyester fabric that I interfaced with one layer of Sew Fuse, the regular, so the thinner. You could do like SF 101, and then a layer of fusible fleece. I did not interface my lining. I think it's like really nice. If I was going to, so originally I wanted to make one for my iPad Pro, but I was going to need to resize the pattern. And I was like, oh, I don't know. So sorry. But if I were making a cover for like an electronic, I would use the fusible fleece on the lining and the exterior, and or maybe not and. You could also use some foam, so you wouldn't need to add it to the flap, but you could put it on the two main pieces. The pattern is also written for a top and a bottom like this, but I decided I liked it like this. I don't know what else there is to say. If you haven't already subscribed, I would love if you did. Make sure you check out the other videos in the Book Bestie Marathon, and I hope you have a great day. Bye! Alright, let's sew the Book Bestie. This is a pretty straightforward pattern. There, I don't think is anything too complicated about it. So we don't even have too many pieces. So like a nice, quick, fun make. Alright, I have opted to do the rounded flap with this elastic closure. So I found some fold over elastic in a bin that I have had for a while. I used sublimated poly fabric for my exterior, and I did put a layer of Sew Fuse and a layer of fusible fleece on that. And then my lining is waterproof cotton from More Me Know. This is the dark pink that comes in the pack, the like duo pack with the floral. So we have our two flap pieces, and then we have two lining and two exterior main pieces. And then what else? That's it. Oh, I know what else I was gonna say. So in the pattern, she calls top and bottom on these prints, and if you're doing it that way, you're gonna want to mirror your two pieces, but I have decided that I just want everything to go this way, so that's how I'm making it. You can make that decision for yourself. And then I am using one of my cork labels. I'm gonna go ahead and mark the center of this flap, and then try to measure, you know what, I think if I do this, okay, so My center is right there. Sorry, I know I'm like way in the way. I just wanted to move it down a little so I could see better. And just a little bit of double-sided tape for that. And I was looking at putting it like right here. I hate that I'm gonna cover the strawberry. Actually, I think I need, hi Donut. I think I need to measure where my elastic is gonna be. Okay, let's see here. If the elastic, okay, it will be like here. So yeah, I think down here probably is ideal. So that looks pretty good. Okay, sometimes I just layer rulers together. It works. Sir, you're so cute, but you gotta move. He just took a really smelly poop, if anyone wanted to know. You're welcome. Be glad there's no smell-o-vision. He doesn't smell like poop. I guess I should verify. Oh, we're being squeaky today. I'm so sorry. I blame my boyfriend because he touched my machine today. Also, it probably could be because my daughter was playing with stuff, but I apologize either way. Bye, Donut. Alright, so I'm just stitching this on, and I'm going to tie my threads off. Okay, which one is it? Must be this one. Nope. It is this one. I'm using the unicorn mane sewing string from Wizardry. It is the like bright rainbow colors. It's so cute. I wasn't sure what I wanted to use with this print, and I thought about using fairy floss, but truthfully I always use it and there's nothing wrong with that, but I was like, haven't given unicorn mane love lately. Okay, so next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna clip these together, right sides together. And we are going to stitch around here, but we're gonna leave the long edge open. And when you're doing curves, just remember to take your time and slowly rotate the fabric as you go. You can lift the foot to pivot if you need to. Just make sure that your needle is down when you do so. Okay, so next we're gonna take pinking shears. If you don't have them, you can just trim it down, but we're gonna trim down the seam allowance. So, like I said, I'm going to use my pinking shears. I like using them on curves. Although I feel like I need to get a new pair. Sometimes it's hard to use them. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn this right side out. And use, you can use like a turning tool. I like to just take my hand and like run it through the edges. So sorry, I lost 2 nails today. Just ignore that. Okay, and then we're going to top stitch. I like, you could press this if you wanted. I like just taking and doing like a roll on the seams, but clipping it so that it's sitting in the right spot. And this is just a preference when I want to make sure that it looks better. And I mean, this is going to be like front and center on it when it's done. Okay, so see how that kind of, I can just move the clips kind of to adjust. Alright, so you're just going to top stitch around the curve, but what we can do is we can like walk into it. I think that's the term they use. So you can start on this straight edge and then turn into it, and you're not going to have a back stitch that can potentially show if you do it this way. And again, when you're doing the curve, just go as slow as you need to and take your time, because I mean, it is a top stitch, so you want to make that look as good as you can. And then same thing here. And I feel like you could baste all the way across if you wanted to also. So that would just be a preference. Oh my god. Okay, this is really cute. Okay, so now we're going to take and baste this to whichever one we want to color exterior. And honestly, I think mine are practically the same. So you're going to put these right sides together. I'm gonna re-find my center just because I did stitch this together, and then I'll find the center here. Okay, so match those up. Okay. All right, baste those together. Okay, and then we're done with this for now. Okay, we need to take our other side, and then on the side that does not have the bottom edges. Okay, I'm sorry, she's calling this the top and the bottom. So on this side, the long side without these, we're going to measure in. And make a mark at both ends. And then this is where our elastic is going to go. And it looks like we are just, okay, come on, laying this like this. So I'm going, I'll tell you, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of fold that over so it'll get stitched in there twice. I think that will work well. I'm not like stretching it anything extra, just nice and flat. Okay, it does say to baste it into place. Okay, so we can do that. And then I can trim the excess off too. I think this will help too, just if the elastic were to want to fray at all. And then when it gets sewn into the seam, also it'll get stitched in a little bit more. Okay, so see, what I'm going to do is just going to trim it. So I've got about 1/2 inch on each side, I'd say. All right, so we're going to take both of these exterior pieces and we're going to lay them right sides together. And then we'll also be doing that with the lining pieces. So we're going to line everything up and clip it together. I'm just trying to make sure everything lines up. Okay, I'm gonna do the same for this. So the lining should be a little bit easier because that one's got the flap in there. So you've got a little bit of bulk and you gotta line it up better. Yeah, much easier. Okay, what we do need is a turning hole on here. So I'm gonna clip the ends, and then I like to do this little double clip. It helps me remember start and stop. Okay, so looks like seam allowance is going to be the same for both. And we're going to leave that turn hole. Okay. Oh, stars down here. Okay. Back stitch at your start and stopping for that turn hole. Hey, star. Okay, and then we're going to stitch the 3 sides on the exterior. But we're not leaving a turn hole. Okay, so now it says to clip the top seam allowance. So like this. And it says to press your seams open. Truthfully, I just never really do that. Okay, so we want to keep them wrong sides out and pinch to box our corners. So this is where I will take my seams and open them and break my clip. So I like to feel further down and make sure that these seams are lined up, and that's what's going to give you a nice box corner. You want to make sure that it's not going crooked. Like, you don't want to line them up like this. You just want everything lined up real nice. Alright, and then we're going to box the corners. The seam allowance does change for this, so you want to refer to the pattern for that. And then since we've got two things we're working on, I'm just going to stitch these back to back and trim apart as I go, and then I don't have to start and stop with my threads. And again. Okay, now we're gonna turn the exterior right side out. Oh, cute. Okay, so without it being completely done, this is kind of what we're looking at. Okay, so with the exterior right side out, lining wrong side out, we are going to nest the exterior into the lining. So you're going to want to make sure that your elastic is definitely out of the way. Alright, and then, so we trimmed the bulk down up here. We're going to line up these seams first. And you want those to be lined up because it's going to look a lot better. I should have probably marked centers for my lining, but I kind of just go off of feel when I do these, so I'll just kind of like give it a little stretch, and that's how I can tell where everything should be lined up. And you can kind of adjust it as needed. But when I'm doing that, I'm holding from those spots so those stay lined up. We're going to stitch all the way around, and we're going to back stitch at the start and the stop. do a little back stitch where the flap starts and stops. You don't have to, but that is like a tension point. So can't hurt, just don't go over it too much. Okay. We're going to use the turn hole now that we left in the lining and pull everything out. Okay, so if you wanted to, you can press everything. She has you top stitch before you close your turn hole. You could do it in either order, whichever would be your preference. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna roll that seam. And then you can kind of, that's kind of funny how that lined up. You can kind of go like this, and go like this, because you can't clip where that flap is. I kind of like top stitching something like this by turning this inside out. So I think I'm actually going to do that because I want to top stitch on the exterior. I don't want to stitch this part blindly. And if you kind of start in like a corner, like the flap is going to cover this spot. So I'm going to start right here. So we did reduce the bulk on that seam, but it is still there a little bit. So I'm just going to use my ruler, make a little hump jumper there. And then as I go, I'm going to smooth this seam down. Okay, same thing. Okay, I'm gonna trim my threads right there before I get back there. And basically you just really have to maneuver it as you go. That worked out so well. I ended blue on blue. Alright. So now I can just pull that exterior out of the way, fold over my seam for my lining, and then give that a top stitch to close it. And now we just tuck in the lining to the exterior. Flip that around to the front. Okay. Poke the corners out. What, Star? Come here. Come on. She won't. If anyone remembers the last time Star got up here during a video. Okay. There it is. Quick. Fun, cute. Maybe I should have put this down a little. I don't know. I think it's fine. Let's see. Grabbed a book. Oh, that was perfect. I was looking at my shelf and I was like, I think this will work. If anything, I feel like this is probably kind of loose. I think maybe down a little bit when I don't know. It's fine. It'll keep it closed. I think I want to try making one of these with like a magnetic snap. It's really cute. I love this print. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. If you haven't already watched the other videos in the Book Bestie Marathon, definitely check those out. I will link the Marathon Society so you can find everyone else's channels. I hope you have a great day. Bye.